Assalamualaikum. Welcome to this video tutorial on Windows Phone 8 for students at King Faisal University and for others who want to learn mobile app development. This is part 15 in the series entitled Data Binding with Objects and Observable Collection for Windows Phone 8 app development using C#. Observable collection is another generic data type which provides notifications when items get added or removed or when the entire list is refreshed. For our app, we will create a student class with ID and name as fields, a constructor with both fields as parameters, and we will revise the toString method by displaying all details of both fields. First, we will bind a text block to a single student object. Later, we will bind a list box to 3 student objects using observable collection. We'll create a new project. We'll name it app15_1. We will create a folder inside our app and we will name it classes. This is where we're going to place our class student. So we will now add a class and we'll name it student. Our student class has 2 private variables. Private integer will start it with an underscore ID, and the second one is private string underscore name. Let's make a get and a set for this variable. So right click the variable, the factor, encapsulate field, OK, apply. The same thing with name, right click, refactor, encapsulate field, OK, and apply. Now we have our get and set. Next, we will create our constructor. Of course, it has the same name as the class, and it will have the 2 fields as our parameter. Let's say integer I and string, which will become the new values for our variables, for our fields. So this dot ID there is equal to I, and this dot name is equal to N. Okay, last is we're going to override the toString method. So public, and we will override the string toString method. We will return here the details of our fields. Let's start with the ID colon plus this that ID plus, we'll put it in a new line, \n, it's name colon double quote plus this dot name. Okay, we're done. Let's go back to our main page.saml, click the content panel and double click text block. Okay, there's our text block. We're going to name it tbk1 and its text property, we will change it to binding. Okay, now we're ready for our code behind main page. First, we're going to use our class. So app15_1 dot classes there. We're ready to instantiate our class student. Say s is equal to new student. Let's have the ID 1 and the name as n. So to connect it with our text block 1, we're going to use the data context property, which is equal to our object s. Take note that it will automatically call the toString method. That's why we can equate s to our data context. Okay, so there's our app, which used only one instance of our class student. Continuing with our app, we will create a list box and we will bind it to 3 student objects using observable collection. So let's go back to our main page. We don't need this text block. We need now a list box. We'll name it LBX1. We don't need this property, so let's just delete them. To bind it, we're going to use the item source property. There, item source, and we will put there the word binding. Okay, so that's our list box. Now we can go to our main page, saml.cs. For us to use observable collection, we have to use system.collections.object model. Okay, now we can create an instance of this one. We'll make it private. Observable collection there. This will be from the student class. Let's call it items is equal to new observable collection student. Okay, now we go to our initial main page. So this that items is equal to a new observable collection student. Close. Sorry. Parentheses, semicolon. Let's try to add some data. This that items that add new student 1 Ali. Let's add another. This that items that add new student 2 comma Ahmed, and a third one, items that add new student is 3 Mohammed. Okay, next is we will put the data context of our list box 1 to our observable collection items. Okay, that's it. So let's try to run it on our emulator. Okay, but we have some errors. Let's go back. Okay, here we have to close this with another parenthesis. So let's this one and this one. Okay, let's try it now in our emulator. Okay, so that's it. With 3 instances using observable collection. So congratulations, we just finished data binding with objects and observable collection. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Mas salama.